Hello, we are back. We are greasy. I just got out of class. It is currently 7:42 p.m. on a Tuesday. Welcome to September. I didn't think we'd make it here. So, back to our usually scheduled vlog. There's a lot to talk about. So, as many of you may or may not know, most likely, considering I'm sure all 8 of you are friends and family, let's say you do know. I am an adopted individual. That's such a weird way of putting it. I was adopted when I was a wee baby at 3 days old. It was a private adoption, so not through Child Protective Services, and it was a closed adoption, so I had no contact with my biological family for the past 21 years. Until a few weeks ago. So, about 2 years ago, I decided to purchase a 23andMe kit, not for any information on my ethnic background. I'm fairly aware that I am multiracial. However, given that I was adopted, I didn't have much of any insight on my medical history. And so I wanted to know if I am genetically predisposed to anything, which 23andMe can give me, or could give me. So, purchased that and got what I wanted out of it, and everything else just sort of sat. Fast forward to a few weeks ago. I got a message on there from... I'm trying to film. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, I got an email saying that I got a message on 23andMe. It was from my paternal aunt. Well, we didn't know it at the time that she was my paternal aunt. She just messaged me informing me that we had a high genetic linkage. I believe that's the terminology. And so she wanted to reach out and for us to get to know each other. Through that, we found out that she is my paternal aunt, and things from there just roller coaster immediately. I found out I had siblings I never knew of. I had family back in Illinois that I could have been passing, well, not really on the streets. We did live fairly far away from each other, but I don't know, I could have met them at any time had I known about them previously. And so I've been spending time getting to know my family on that side, and just reveling in the fact that I have this whole family that I never thought I would meet. But then she got me in contact with my biological mother. And that has been one of the best experiences of my life. Not only have I gotten the chance to get to know someone who has had such an impact on my life, but also I've gotten the chance to get to know my maternal sisters, one of which I always knew about. I had one photo of her from when she was about 3 years old, and that's And besides a name, that's all I ever knew. And now we talk every day. Honestly, it's nonstop. I absolutely love it because my brother that I grew up with and we talk occasionally, but it's nothing like it is with my sisters. And I've never had sisters. Any of you that have been an older sister, younger sister, because now I'm both. I mean, I was already a younger sister to my brother, but having sisters as a female, it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're all meeting when we're adults, but instant best friends. I feel so close to them, and I hope they see this because I want them. I mean, I already tell them, but I want them to know that I want everyone else to know how wonderful I think they are. And I'm not gonna disclose any names, not even first names, because they have not consented to any of that. I don't even think, well, no. My birth mother does know that I vlog. So I had to cut something out because I started telling a story that I wasn't sure um, if my birth mother wanted me to tell. But she does know that I vlog. I'm not sure if my sisters do, but also now we have a cat. So I had to sort of address that before he just appeared. And I didn't think to put him down in between. Okay, so back at it. Family is a crazy thing. Growing up, only having my adoptive family, of course, it was great. I think that having any sort of family, whether it's biological or adoptive or chosen, I know that a lot of people have a lot of chosen family, and all of that is great. I think any strong human connection that you have of any sort is amazing. But so growing up with adoptive family was great. It's great having family of any sort, and I had a wonderful upbringing. But having biological family in my life right now is a, I don't even want to say a complete other ball game, because at least in my case, as someone who always wanted to know their biological family but never thought that I would get the chance just because of the closed adoption, it's like winning the life lottery, because not only do I have my adoptive family, who my adoptive parents will always first and foremost be my parents, and my adoptive brother will always be my brother, but to have this additional family and figuring out all the terminology is complicated, especially when I'm talking to my maternal sisters, and when one of us says mom, I usually differentiate my adoptive mother as my mom, and then I just say mom when we're talking about my adoptive mother, but figuring out all the terminology is fairly interesting. Speaking of terminology, it's interesting that I don't want to call my half sisters half sisters. I mean, to me, they feel as much of my sisters as my adoptive brother feels like my brother. I mean, him and I are not biologically related at all. He was also adopted, but I've never referred to him as my adoptive brother unless I was particularly identifying that relationship, but it's always just been my brother. And that's how I feel with my maternal sisters and my paternal sisters and my paternal brother. They're just my siblings. They're not half siblings, even though we have different fathers or different mothers, depending on which side of the family they're on, but they're just my siblings. How does everyone else feel about that? I know things in that nature get complicated, especially when it comes to divorce and remarriage, and so then you have step siblings involved and siblings gained through sibling marriages, having brothers-in-laws or sisters-in-laws, sisters-in-law. I'm tired. But I don't know. Let me know how we all feel about various terminology and your experiences with how you refer to the various family members in your life. I mean, whether someone is biologically related, legally related, whether that be through adoption, marriage, guardianship, what other forms of legal family relations are there? I don't know. I'm not a dictionary. That's not even the right word. Did I mention I was tired? Chosen family. How do you refer to all those people? And does it depend to you on what type of relationship it is? My dude, your hair is getting on my face, and now I'm getting itchy. Side note, I'm allergic to him. Only him, though. I don't know. I think it's that he's a long hair cat, and I've never had a long hair cat, but I'm weirdly only allergic to him and not any other cat I've ever been around. Back to family. I mean, pets are family too. Are you not? You're not in distress. Anyways, family. So there's a lot of catching up to do, and there are a lot of feelings and things, as there are with any major change in life. And I don't even know if I can identify all of the feelings that I'm feeling related to acquiring new family. I almost feel like I need one of those emotion sheets that you give to kids. And you're like, this is what happy looks like. This is what sad looks like. Because I don't know. I mean, there's excitement, there's sadness, there's anxiety, especially wondering, what if they don't like me? I mean, it's almost a situation of, although there's biological relation, it's still a choice of whether they want to invite me into their lives and have actual relationships with me. I mean, there's family that I don't currently talk to that I've known my entire life. So, yeah, there's fear of, what if they simply don't like me? What do I do with that? I mean, at the end of the day, I kind of just have to accept it. And maybe it'll be easier knowing that I didn't know them for 21 years, so if I just don't have them in my life for the next at least 21, I mean, let's hope I make it to 42. I should. I don't know when I wouldn't. 42 is extremely young. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on, and there's no handbook for this. If I can give any advice, because I'm sure if anyone comes across this that is in a similar situation, they might want to know some ways to handle it. Take it day by day. I mean, every person that I've now come in contact with has reacted and responded to the situation. React and respond are two separate things, correct? Correct. They've had varying responses and reactions to it, and that's okay. I mean, some want to talk every day, some still more apprehensive, some just aren't talkers, and that's perfectly fine. I apologize for the airplane. Okay. As I was saying, I am not always a talker either. Sometimes I go days or even sometimes weeks without talking to some of the people I consider my closest friends. And that's just because I personally don't always have a lot to say. And even though, yes, this is a time of getting to know people, it's still up to each person to determine how they want that process to look, whether it's slow and steady, whether it's we'll wait until we can talk in person, because some people are not phone people, which I get. And that might take a little bit longer due to our current state of affairs. But I mean, I have the rest of my life to get to know these people. And I am so excited to see what happens. So, I, for the third time, am tired. I just wanted to make this quick vlog and kind of chat, talk about family and adoption, sort of. If you want to hear more about my experience with adoption, I can make a video in the future talking about it. But yeah, I wanted to talk about just this absolutely amazing thing that's happening in my life right now, and the fact that while it's amazing, a lot else comes with it. And right now I also have to focus on school and financial aid, which I believe I'm going to be making a rant video on in the future, near future probably, because, oh my god, I don't know. There's a reason why school seems to be so aimed at the financially well off, because financial aid just makes it so hard to go to school, which is a problem that I've had to learn. But that's a topic for another day. So, this is absolutely a new beginning for me, for my family, both families. I mean, there's so much that my adoptive family has to not particularly go through. That sounds like it's tumultuous for them. But I mean, it might be. It's extremely emotional for everyone involved. And that's okay. We're all gonna take it a day at a time, and if you want updates on how this goes, or if I just personally feel the need to talk, because this is a good way for me to talk about how I'm feeling and to talk at no one and everyone and work through a lot of things and allow him to have his 15 minutes of fame. Anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this and to be a part of my chosen family. I mean, even though there aren't many of you, well, technically, if you're already a part of my family, then now you're just doubly special because now you're a part of my YouTube family. So, shout out to you guys. But thank you for being a part of this family as well. And hopefully, maybe we'll grow, even if it just stays a small number. That's okay too. But Monty and I we'll see you next time. And we will have another new beginning for you. Great. Bye, guys.